BMW, not put it on for a little while. In fact, I've had my hair cut twice since I last put something on, and it's growing back again. So I'm going to put in, this is an intro, but I'm going to put in loads of old footage as well, because like I say, I ain't putting it on for a while. I've got bits and bats of footage, but I just haven't put it on because I just don't have time. And now it's New Year's Eve today, so tomorrow I'm going to be chilling out as well. So tomorrow I will upload it. It should be New Year's Day. I'm going to show you basically where we're going with it, what we've got to so far, what we've done so far, and what needs to be done. So yeah, keep watching, and if you like it, subscribe and all that lot, and so on and so on. I'm just going to cover these up now with some tiger seal. As you can see, yeah. What that'll do when I put my rivets in, when I've drilled them, I've just put them two in there just to hold it, so I know where I'm going. When I drill them, they're going to get pulled in. That tiger seal will spread out, and it'll go all over what we're doing, basically. So now, when I push my panel up to that, that'll spread, and it'll hold it there, basically. So yeah, that's all of that. Right, so we've obviously riveted it. Like I said, we put some sealer between them tabs before we riveted it. We've sunk them rivets in. So you can just see there's a little bit of black. That's the sealer, because what I've done, put some sealer on the inside of that kit as well. So when I've basically when I've pushed it to it, it's just sealed that little tiny gap up. What we're doing now, we're going to put some fiberglass bridger in that there, because I don't think I want that lip. Yeah, I want it to flow. Yeah, so it doesn't look as sort of in face. Obviously, these rivets are all going to be covered up. That's where it's been chopped before. So fiberglass up from the back. Going to fiberglass over the front there. But yeah, so basically, going to blend this lip now. Hopefully, if it goes to plan. And if we don't, then we're just wasting time. We're just going to try and fill that gap there. So when we're skimming the filler, and get it nice and smooth. And it'll just look like parking car, won't it? Hopefully. Stuck to me now. Solid as a rock. This is the panel we've been making. We've got to fiberglass back just to cover that up there. Welded this piece on here. What we're going to do now, that's on there, rivet that to that. That's going to go on there. And that's going to obviously get bonded to that, riveted to that. I'm going to make a piece for under there just to hold it out, but obviously this bit here is going to hold it away anyway. We're going to weld these holes, and we're going to skim it, but we're going to leave the actual recesses in, I think, to make it look a bit better. But we'll see how it goes and go from there. Can't sunk them, just took heads off of them, so we can skim that now without worrying about them heads getting what I call it. I've also can't sunk them, but that one there, I've just stuck that one in there just to pull that to it while sealer dries, because it will just coming away a little bit with sealer behind it. Keep pulling my glasses down like I'm actually using the glasses to stop the weld, but So I've done first skim and filler on that there, just a quick skim over just to level that off. Obviously we've fiberglassed all this now, sealed up, I've put a piece in there and I've sealed it in. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in that and squirt some wax oil in there. Obviously other side, same again. So I've been working on this back bumper now, we've extended that, flatted it, shaped it and all that, so that's how it's going to look pretty much. I wasn't happy with how this arch was because you can see there where I put filler on the end of it to get it round, because it wasn't round at all, it looked a mess. I've just got to check that bit there now, back to that, and then obviously shape that bit there. So this side, I think what I'm going to do, this side's not into the thing there, but you can see what I've done. I basically put an extra bit in there, and then, or Dave has, and then yeah. So I'm just going to concentrate on doing this full side here on how it's going to be, and then I won't bother recording the other side, because obviously once you've seen it, you've seen it. What I'm doing now, I was just doing this back bumper, so I'll get it off and I'll show you what I'm doing. So basically, we're shaping this now on other side, just to what you can see under there where I've gone under there. Obviously, I'll flat all this bit of filler off that's gone over the sides, but it's been fiberglassed and obviously skimmed over the top with normal filler and then skimmed over with some glaze. So I'll shape that bit now. Obviously, it wants to be a bit more flat and stuff. You don't see any of it anyway. You're only going to see so much of it where we've extended the bumper out a bit. But I'll shape that anyway. Get it on film and a little bit of tyre and that on it as well. All I'm using to shape this is literally a 180 pad and a block. So you can't get much more straightforward than that. So we're going to do the side first. Yeah, we'll get that nice and flat, because that's going to dictate the line basically. So when we go on the top there, then that there is going to create the nice solid line. As we check that down, it will give us this nice solid line. So we'll do that bit first, then that bit there. Oh, a nice line there, look. So this is obviously going to be covered with some high-build primer as well. So once we get the high-build primer, it'll cover all these little tiny bits here, and we'll get that line a bit more pinpointed as well, basically. So I've done some measuring here, drawn some lines, obviously where I'm cutting. I've wrote all that down on my pad there so I can do it, replicate it on the other side. I'm going to send that in now, about there. I'm just going to send that bottom bit in just a tiny little bit, not much at all, so it's, well, you'll see when I've done. I'll get some video of it getting done now. Set my welder up and we'll start getting some footage. What I am going to do when I've taken this into place, I'll weld this back as well, and then when I go along front I can shape it with a little bit of curve on it, so it's not just a solid edge like that. So yeah, I'll weld it from back on the inside, and then obviously I can shape a bit off and go from there. But yeah, generally pretty much out there is how I want it to look. Just a bit more in at the bottom there, I think. And I'll leave it that way, a tiny gap there. yeah, so obviously we're filling that in anyway. We'll go across top there as well. Yeah, I'll get some welds on this right quick and then we'll go from there. So I'm liking that. So again, we'll fill all these little holes from back. I don't think I'm going to do that from back, that bit there. I just think it's going to be easier. So again, to weld them holes up there, we'll just use little screws. We're just going to put them in, weld them up basically. So, fairly straightforward. So that, we'll cover that up as well. Eventually, when we get that way. What I'll do with that, I'll probably get some masking tape, if I can find it. Put it over it. Go around it. Obviously I can put that on, what they call it now, on metal now. Just cut that out. You just cut that out now, put it on metal, cut it out, basically. Simple as that. I'll do that now. So, as usual, I forgot to record that there, but I do want to show you. I put a little bit too much heat into that, so it's now got a little bit of a distortion there. So I'm going to have to panel beat that back out from back. But yeah, don't worry about that there, because that's where it's starting to go into that. But get the idea. It's just a bit of something different, really. So we'll blend. Obviously, we're going to blend. Hang on a minute. Sorry, we're going to blend arching anyway. But that's it's about there. So just something different. So let's go with that. Pulled that out. Weld a new piece in there. Made that vent thing that we're on about. It's the arch. Arch is going to be blended into that, and then this line here is going to be gone anyway. Welded all that up, so that's going to be skimmed as well. So it'll be like back where it's just flush. Yeah, it's getting there. What I have discovered though, because I've sent that side skirt in like that, obviously it's made it shorter. So now I'm a bit short there. Oh, so what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm probably just going to have to chop end of this off. Yeah, and then just make that bit there, basically make it out of fiberglass or whatever. But yeah, the vision's coming along. It looks a bit rough at the moment, but it won't do obviously when it's done, because it'll be all shapes and that, so it won't be as square as it is. You know, lines and that, they're obviously going to be all shapes, how they need to be and stuff. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Don't know if anyone can see my vision other than me, but I hope they can, because it look quite good when it's done. So what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to get a bit of a shape going. Obviously, because this is on there, we're going to try and feather that there, basically down, so it doesn't look like it's got that on. This bit here, top, this bit, obviously we're going to do the same again, we're going to shape it down, feather it on so it doesn't look like it's there. I want that to be something like straight up to here and then come out. I find it quite difficult to get that shape because obviously it comes in and then goes out anyway. A bit harder than a flat pad and that, but we're getting there. Obviously I've got to get shape the best I can, and then I can put some dolphin glaze on it or whatever, and get the shapes really close, and then obviously eyeball primer and that, same again, that gets it out a little bit closer. We've put a load of, so obviously we've welded that up, as I keep saying. We've put some fiberglass filler in there, so that's had a skim of filler now, and I flattened it off and it's had another skim of filler. So basically now that should be something like where I can flat it off now and then go over that with dolphin glaze. Get it, because we're going to come a bit further, and obviously when I build it with my build primer, it'll have to come out very, very gradually, just so it's got enough on it to not crack or all that basically. So we do want a little bit of overlap on this, so we're going to have to come out very slightly, but you won't notice it. That's the whole point. So yeah, obviously it's that arch is on that. I'm half tempted to maybe do away with this line here and just make it flat, but I'm not sure. I'll put it in there just a little bit for now, but I'm definitely thinking I might do away with that, lose it there and not bother putting it back in at all up front, because again it's just makes it that little bit different. You know, it's one of the things where, like I say, you won't notice until you're really looking, basically. That's the whole point. So you can sort of see that line there, how it dips in and comes back out again. That's some. Oh, I think I want that straight. The problem is, if I put that straight, I might end up losing this thing. I mean, it's not mega anyway. It was only supposed to be to lose this arch, so it didn't look like it come in. And obviously, then this here gives you that little bit of contour or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to skim across this full thing here all the way to end, and then we're going to get that somewhat like level, and then we'll do the same again with this, because at the moment I think that's just standing a little bit proud. When I put my edge up to it, you can just see there's a little bit of an airline there. So and obviously when you're rubbing it down, when you start getting bits like this, where it's really shiny, but yeah, you still ain't got all your filler down, then that generally means it's standing proud. So we want that. I'm going to knock that in a little bit more, so we can get it a full, nice skim of filler on there. We want to be able to sort of see through it really if we can, but know that it's straight then. Yeah, so that's where we're going for now. So what I'll do now is I'll let that dry a bit, and I'll get a Stanley blade and I'll just take this bit off of here. Just saves me doing it later when I'm with grinding it like I did earlier. That will just get it straight. So it's a messy job, horrible job, I hate it. But it's all part of fun, isn't it? Right, we'll let that dry, and then we'll start to try to get his lines a bit better, try to get them straight, and so on and so on. So what I'm doing on this bit is I'm using the base foot grinder with a 180 bit on it. It's a nice big pad, so I can put it right flat on there, and it'll only take off that metal on each side, and then obviously we know we've got enough in the centre there. Like I say, we're going to put this dolphin glaze stuff over it, and that way we've done anyway. So yeah, we'll get on with this. I'll have to do this bit here with DA because it's a bit close to that what I'm working with. I don't want to take none off for that, and obviously that's still a bit wet. So what we'll do, I'll put some more over this now, another skim, just a nice light skim. I'm going to go to both sides of this metal, and I'm going to take it down then with basically a block, a longer block with some long sandpaper on it. We'll get that something like, because obviously where I've welded this as well, there might be little bits of a distortion and stuff in it, but the idea is it's still pretty straight when you look at it. But the idea is we don't want no ripples. I hate looking down cars when they're all wavy. It's one of my pet hates, is that, and you know, I think if you're going to go all out and paint a car, you might as well go all out and try and get it as pin straight as you can as well, because it's not worse than looking at a beautiful show car and looking outside of it and it looks like a Mexican wave, or it looks like, you know, it does my head in. So I'm hoping that we're going to get this nothing like that, and it's going to be well, it's going to be as straight as it can be. It's going to be as straight as what I can get it anyway. I'm not a body expert, like I say, but I do like to tinker about, so we'll see where we end up. So it's got a curve on this arch, so we're not trying to fill in that centre bit, because that centre bit there has got a curve on it. We're just trying to get this line here right and this line here right, basically, or something like, anyway. Messing about with that quite a lot then, to be fair, more than what I needed to, in fairness. What I'll do, I'll let it dry and I'll sand it that way. Hopefully we'll get rid of all little bits out of it we don't want. So yeah, there's enough there now. There's enough on there now. I've done that bit there as well. There's enough on there now to flat that and get a shape pretty much bang on, and then obviously we can go over with I-build primer and that then, and get a shape absolutely perfect. So I think what I'm going to do is a little bit of this. Just going to try fill that in there a little bit, because a few little holes in that. So yeah, hopefully we can basically sand those lines all nice. So when we sand this stuff, because it's glazed, I'll probably use 180 on this rather than 80, because I'm not trying to take it down too fast now. Now I'm starting to try and get some shapes, some straight lines, stuff like that. So obviously this line here has got to be put back in, so that's why I put some there. It's just putting some on basically, without, you know, rather than wasting it and letting it all go to waste. So yeah, there's plenty on there now to make that bit there perfect transition from that. Plenty there to make that line there. That's straight now. Once I've smoothed all that and got it somewhat like, I'll probably just glaze this full bit here as well. Just from where I've welded it and that, there's probably a little bits of imperfection in that. So I'll skim that with glaze as well, and then give it a good sand before I put any I-build primer on it, because like I say, I really want it to be as straight as I can. I hate looking down cars when they're all over the place, to be fair. So yeah, hopefully all being well, that will be, well, you can start to see now though what I'm trying to go for from here, how that arch is coming out, look, but that bit there's going in, sort of just makes it look a little bit fatter, you know what I mean? So that's what we're going for. We're going for a bit fatter, so you've got your line there coming off where that comes out, but then because that one's going in, yeah, it makes the car look like a bit more fat, a bit more bulky. So this wing is done now. I've done all this fake vent type thing and extended this bit out. What I'm going to do with this now, oh yeah, arch is on as well. Yeah, I forgot about it. You'll see all that video anyway. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raptor underneath or inside in colour. This is still a bit rough, this filler, because I've left a bit of a course on it basically, so it raptor sticks to it a bit better. You won't see it, obviously, with Raptor being textured. You won't see that once it's on there. So yeah, that's bagged up, ready to go. Same with this front grille. So these front grills on these BMs, they're really, really, really prone to rust. Wet wing meets the wet wing meets and wet bumper meets. So what we're going to do, I'm going to basically I've bagged this. Well, say bagged it up. I've masked it up. I'm going to Raptor inside all here. I'm going to Raptor all this bit. So on. It's all going to be in colour because it's tintable Raptor that we bought. So that stuff is this here. So this is what I should have used underneath, but I didn't use tintable for some reason. I ended up buying just black, so I had to paint it. But yeah, so car wise, this is where we're at. It's on its wheels. Back bumper is done. This side ain't done at all. I've left it pretty much where I was. Like I say, I'm gonna do this full other side, show you what we've done, and then that side there I won't even bother recording. So this side, we've smoothed out the door now, welded it all up, smoothed out the door in. It's got a bit of variable primer on just to see where it shapes and that are. Obviously you can see there, you know, where I've ground into it and that's all little bits and bats that still need to be sorted. But you get the idea now. It's, you know, it's getting there. It will look quite good when it's done, I think. Same again, I've been getting like, just as I've been working through and having little bits of time, I thought I'll rub out rust off and treat out rust and stuff. This is all zinc primer that's on here now. Obviously that's going to be flatted and it's going to have some proper primer on there as well and stuff before paint. So that's where we're at. Obviously bonnet, same again. All little stone chips and that I've seen. I keep taking them off, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up bare metaling that bonnet because I keep seeing bits inside paint when I walk past it where it's got little imperfections in paint, and that's where it's starting to come off from underneath. So I will probably end up taking all that off and just doing it all again. Obviously, front bumper, that's not the bumper that's going on it. It was just there while I sorted this side out. Obviously needed that, so then I knew where bumper sat, stuff like that. When we've took wings off, we found rust, obviously. So they like I say, they've all been flatted off and cleaned again. I do need to take this bonnet off and do under there where bonnet hinge sits, but that's when I take the bonnet off to do the bare metal, that's what I'll probably end up doing that then. So yeah, you can see we are moving along slowly, but we're getting there. So, you know, as long as we're making progress. Oh, seats are ready, so there'll be a video of that coming on soon as well. So yeah, just keep watching, guys. So this Raptor, obviously you get your Raptor, you get a mixing cup, you get your hardener, and basically this one comes with a free gun, which I did actually need a free gun. So yeah, basically what you do is take that top off there, you put your measurement of this stuff in there, you mix it in, you put your paint in with it as well, and then obviously you just square it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up now, and then I'm going to put some colour in it, obviously, and then we're going to square it on and go from there. So what they don't tell you when you do buy this stuff, I know you mix it up, but there's only about this much in it. Yeah. So even though when you put that in there and you paint, you're still probably only going to go to here, but then the gun will only reach to about here, so then you're left with that much there. So you're not getting much out of a can, to be fair. It's a bit of a false economy, to be fair, when it comes in a big can like this. But anyway, so yeah, we'll mix this up. I'm assuming that I go to this line here, with it being only line on jug, pour that in there. We've got 4 of these, so I'm assuming that there's in a quarter and a quarter and a quarter and so on. This is paint for a car. Cost me about 270 quid that. There's a guy who's painting campers at the moment, and he's managing to paint them for like 5 pence a camper, so I don't know how he's managing that, but it's cheap. It's very good, apparently. So yeah, if you need something painting, give him a go, because he's doing full paint jobs for like 1,500 quid, including paint and everything. So I would half tempted to ask him to do this for me, to be fair. But anyway, so yeah, there's about 270 quid of painting there. I've got 3 litres, because I think the car's going to use about, I would say about 2 litres, but I'd like to have a litre left over. So then when my dad crashes it, which he probably will do, I'll have some paint the same colour still. So yeah, we'll mix that up now, and then we'll get that bit done. Can't really see it colour this paint in this camera here, but it's called Boston Green, and it's absolutely beautiful. To be fair, it's a lovely, lovely colour. So yeah, we're going to put some of that in there as well. I'll just do this bit first, and then we'll pull that paint up and have a look. So we're going all the way up to that line with this, back there. Obviously that goes in there. Like that. You can hear how empty it is. And then I'm going to try and just pour a bit of that paint in, but it's full to the brim, so I'm not. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just try something I've seen on TikTok. I've seen this on TikTok. I think it was TikTok or something like that. Let's see if it works. Whether it works or not, I don't know. I've never tried it. But apparently, some tape. Put it on inside your can to edge. Stick it to edge, just like it don't even stick to edge because it's got a lot of paint in it, obviously. Right. Anyway, so stick it there, and apparently when you pour it out, I don't think this is going to work, but apparently when you pour it out, it don't go all over the can, but I fucking don't believe that. Are you ready? Let's have a laugh. No, that's not going to work. I can't see that working. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to, I'm going to stick it to the front of the can rather than back and see if that works. So we'll stick it to outside it can, and then what we'll do then is we'll just put a little peak on that there. We'll see if that lets it come out without going all over the place. So I've never done this before. Normally I just spill it all over and I've done with it, and that's usually how I do it, but we'll see. Just see how it goes. No, I don't think that's going to work either because it's going everywhere. Oh, Java, now that's not going to work. What am I fucking doing? Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do what I would normally do it, and that's just fucking pour it out. 1 second. If you want to make a mess, do it like this, look. There you go. That's how you make a mess when you try to pour paint. I think that's a bit too full, to be fair. That's why I can't get it out right. But anyway, like I said, there's definitely a technique to getting that paint out of there, but I don't know what it is, so it's tough. So what I'm going to do now is put this lid back on here, and I'm going to get hold of that, even though I've got green fingers now because I've touched it already. I'm going to get hold of that there. I'm going to give it a shake. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to put a lid back on because I don't want loads of bits going in there. Now, usually I would have poured the paint into a mixing cup, which makes it a damn sight easier and it don't go all over the place like this. Because when you put it in a mixing cup, you're not trying to get it in this little tiny hole here. Anyway, so now I've made a mess, which is a nice big mess. My workbench, as you can see, is full of paint anyway from previous messing around that I've done. But yeah, anyway, so I'll give that a good shake now. So make sure that lid's on first because now my luck probably won't be. Right, so yeah, I'll come back to you in a second. So there's a shaking now. Compressors are on. You can see, look, it's got the colour now. So basically, yeah, it's going to go on in colour. I'll just make it look a bit better. Could have just done it in black or whatever, but might as well put it in colour. I don't think you're going to see it back of that wing, to be fair, because back of that wing's got an arch liner that goes inside it, but it's just better to have it done anyway, innit? Because anything that helps stop rust and stuff like that is a good thing, innit? So yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'll show you what I've done with these compressors. So what I have been doing while I haven't been recording this is that's my old compressor, Old Faithful. It's been working here for the last 15 years or something, and then I bought another, and I've linked them both together with a bit of jiggery pokery. So now, yeah, when they're both full, that takes forever for them to come back on. Now, the method for me in that is when you're painting the car, I think when your compressor turns itself on and starts building itself back up again, it's pumping air into it, which gives the gun, it pumps the gun as well, if you know what I mean. So I mean, it might not be noticeable as such, but it is noticeable when you try to get a nice straight paint job. So anyway, yeah. So these are parts now. So obviously that wing there, we've chopped the arch right up, and then this new piece has been fitted on, sealed and stuff. Same method as the front one. This is that bit that I've chopped out, and then you can see there where I've extended that bit out as well, because that should sit flush to that, and then I've extended that as well, so it all sits back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some wraps on them, all up in here, just basically everywhere. All this, I know it looks rough, but don't worry about it, because no one's ever going to see it, and basically that raptor covers quite a lot of sins anyway. So if you really want to make it look perfect, you can go, and make it look perfect. But we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to stop moisture and rust getting to it. So that's what we're doing now. We're gonna crack on. We're gonna get some wraps on that now. So what I'm just gonna just put my air gauge on there, just so I can slow this down a bit, because I want it to come out something like thick, but I don't want it to come out overly powerful. I'll probably give this 2 coats as well. Yeah, try to do it while I'm recording hard work. So obviously I've taped up where I don't want that to go. So everywhere I don't want this to go is being taped. It's literally, it's like a polyurethane coat. Need to get up in there obviously, which is going to be a mission. Right, falling out all over. It's a lot harder than it looks. Man, yeah, hard work is this with my left hand holding the camera. You can see how messy it is, can't you? Well, I'm going to swap hands, I think, because it's hurting my hand. So basically this is what they put on cars. From factory underneath, I believe, like a lining of, I think it's called polyurethane to be fair. Obviously, you've got to get into all the bits. As well. You see what I mean by it? Don't really matter about it being a mess, because it's going to be a mess anyway. Well, now you know what I mean. At the end again, just swap over. That's a bit like glue for glue, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, my arm. I'll try to get some in there, I think. Well, the idea is we get plenty on. Of course, it stops moisture, stone chips, rough. Now to make some more of this, yeah, I think. We get the idea. It's like a plastic liner. That's what it looks like. Really thick plastic liner. It'll probably settle down a little bit from that because obviously as it sits there, it'll lessen down a little bit, all lumps and that, because it's going to run a bit in it, but it's going to run flat, so it might be like self-leveling. I'm just going to turn this gun up a little bit so I can get in these gaps. What I've discovered with this gun is it's not the best for the gun that comes with it. Comes out though. Alright, turned up a bit now, so we can get it on a bit faster. I just didn't want it to go all over the place when I was getting all some trannies, but over that now, look at that, beautiful. Right, just get all bits now that I've missed, which is like down there in the corner. And get that. Yeah, there we go, that's that bit. Up there. Then we'll get that bit there. Good job, good one. Well, see, we'll get that bit there. I'll try to get that bit there. And that wing should be good for a little while, shouldn't it? So, get it on here now. Mainly in these corners here, I reckon. Yeah, that's where that moisture, all rust builds up on these. It's all in here. So I'm going to try and get down here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with the camera. I have to. Can't really record it. I can't watch what I'm doing at the same time as trying to do it. So I'm trying to do it with my phone and show you lot, but I can't actually see what I'm doing. So anyway, that's done in that bit. We'll get this bit in here done and get to it. Need to, sorry man, I don't know. Well, it looks a mess. Don't worry about it. You're not going to see most of it, but it's going to protect it. That's the main thing. Protection is cheaper than a cure. As you say. First, I need to get down there now. I'm going to have to put this camera down and try and do it because I'm going to have to contortion it myself and so on and pick it up and move it about. So I'll get down there first. Right, I'll be back. One momento. Right, so there you have it. That's done. It's had a good thick coat and that's had a good thick coat as well. Yeah, so they can go on now, and then obviously when I paint the front of the car, all this will be getting painted on the outside and I'll strip it all off. This wing here, same again. Underneath there is going to end up getting painted anyway with normal paint. Obviously all this in here is going to get painted with normal paint. And obviously the other side of it's going to get painted with normal paint. So yeah, that should stop it rusting or whatever for a little while, and yeah, hopefully it'll do the job. So it's New Year's Eve now, and I'm going to do an outro because I forgot. So yeah, I'm going to knock a load of videos out this month over this car because I need it out of my way. Well, I need it out of my unit. Seats are done, they're at trimmers. Once he rings me to tell me to go get them, I'm going to have to go get them. So that's going to be storage of them if car's not ready to put them in. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like it, and if you don't. New Year's Eve, so a bottle of Stella before I go get a quick shower. Curry's on way, chilling night, and tomorrow I'm going to be working on it again. So yeah, have a nice night, lads and ladies and gentlemen and everyone else.